Hi, welcome to this session on how to write good key results, good KRs. We all understand about what is OKR, what is objective, what are the characteristics, how to write a good objective, right? So, we need to understand clearly about how to write a good key results. Without writing the good key results, even though your objectives are written properly, even if it is good, it is very difficult to accomplish those objectives because we all know about key results are the measures by which we can ensure the objectives are met effectively, right? Having said that, it is very essential to establish the right chaos and formulate them in an appropriate way so that we can enhance the effectiveness of objective success. So this session intention is to make sure you understand how we can write the good key result for each of the objectives. Now let's understand what is ideation. For every development process, we know that it all starts with ideation, which means ideation is nothing but preparing our mind to think and derive what exactly we are trying to accomplish, we are trying to perceive, or we are trying to conceive, right? So in this phase, we need to have a clear, good understanding on the objectives that we are already written, because when we are coming to the stage of key results, we will be having already written down objectives. Those are, let us assume that are good objectives, right? So it is very essential to have a reiterating those objective statements or recalling those objective statements and have a clear understanding on what the exact thing that we are trying to accomplish through the objectives. We need to ask how do I access the objective success? How am I going to access? How can I assess? Right? How can I assess the success of the objective? If I need to say that this objective is success accomplished, how can I do that? What basis I can assess that objective? What needs to be measured? Okay, so if the objective need to be successful, we need to measure something which can tell us that yes, this objective is successful, right? We need to have a clarity in what needs to be measured. Without measurement, nobody can succeed, because a student can be rated pass or fail based on his marks, right? A passing minimum, right? So we said what needs to be measured? The marks is the measurement of that, right? How many marks? That is different, right? So marks is the criteria, or grading. So what is that? Relative grading, or it's a pointing system, or what is that? Ranking scale system, or not? So what needs to be measured, or just simply the student's attendance is enough for him or her get passed or get declared as the course completed, credential is over. How do we? So we need to have a clarity on what needs to be measured, how to evaluate that we are going in the right direction. So we need to have a clarity on, I have an objective, I started performing. At any point of time, I need to have a clarity that, or something need to tells me that I am going in the right direction or not. Any point of time, I should be in a position to judge this. Am I going in the right direction or not? If I look back, if I stop and look back, it should give a feedback to me, right? So that is the right way of evaluation, right? Otherwise, we will be evaluating. We have a factors. We will be evaluating, but those factors evaluated may not correlated with the success of the objective. It may or may not, right? So we need to have a clear cut understanding on how am I going to evaluate that we are going in a direct direction. The direction here is nothing but an objective destination, right? So what is the end point of the objective is called the direction. Right? What scale of metrics accountable for the objective success? What scale of metrics? What is scale of metrics here? If you see the point number 2, what needs to be measured, right? So there is a correlation between point number 2 and 4. The scale of metrics supports the measurement, right? So I have decided that marks are, for example, the students are graded based on the marks, and marks are the measurement. Here the scale of metrics is the passing minimum. What criteria? Okay, what is the criteria? Okay, the pointing system. Okay, above 6 or above 7. So what is that? So what do you think that okay, this person scores more than 6 out of 10, then it's been declared as success. So you need to have a clarity on, for this objective, what is the scale that is accountable for its real success. Let's say on time delivery, right? So that's being an objective. Let's say accomplish, maybe all achieve on time delivery for all the programs and delight your customer. If this being an objective, the objective success cannot be 30% on time delivery, right? 3 out of 10 programs, if you deliver successfully, how can you delight a customer? Here the scale of metrics can be 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. It depends. It depends on the group's visibility, thought process. Your SWOT analysis might tell you that what you need to accomplish or what your organization wants. So that will decide. But here the point is, what is the scale of metrics that is accountable for the success of the objective? So we have a clarity. What is the scale of stretch can be accounted for the objective success? Very, very important point. For example, let's take the same example of on-time delivery. As of now, my on-time delivery score is maybe 30%. My customer delight is very bad. Okay, if I measure the customer satisfaction index, it may be 3 or 4 out of 10. Okay, so now I have taken an objective to improve that. So my scale of metrics, let's assume it should be 90. Out of 100, it should be 90. Is that 90 is stretchable or easy to do? Let's say if you are already at 80, touching 90 is not a big deal. It's stretch for amazing. Stretch for amazing is the mantra, or the as one of the key aspect of the object OKRs, right? So we need to stretch our targets, right? It shouldn't be an easy do targets, right? So my ability to deliver in my capacity is, let's say, 10 out of 6. Then setting up a target of 10 out of 8 or 9 is a good. In case if your ability to deliver in a normal capacity is 10 out of 6, then if you set your metric as 7, it's not a big deal, right? So you need to have a clarity here that what is your ability to perform in a normal circumstances, what's your historical data, what you can do. So slightly stretch from that, take it as a stretch target, right? So then only, even if you don't achieve, that's different matter, but you will try to put your initiatives, all your actions to stretch yourself, right? So this is very, very, very important. We need to have all these things in our mind before we start even writing your key. Once you have an objective written, you cannot straight away just go and write the key results. Then you will not get a good key results. If you don't have a good key results put in place, then your probability of objective success is not high, right? So to improve your objective success rate, you need to have a good key results. Writing a good key results will help you or will suffice 50% of your objective success. So once you have a clarity on all these things, that's why we call it as an ideation phase, thought process. You're triggering your thought process. Now you have a clarity in your mind now that what, how, when. Everything you will have a clarity. Now, having a clear thought process on what are the requirements to formulate a key result statement. This stage is exactly to formulate the thought process into a statement form. Why we need to do in a statement form is because we need to communicate how this objective is getting measured across the organization and to our teams and groups and our members, right? Because the OKR is transparent, everyone should know how this objective is getting measured so that they can contribute in a better way. So as part of this formulation, once the thought process is clear, we need to start writing the key result statement by picking up any of these words that you see on the screen. Because each key result must or shall start with any of these words. Let's say improve so and so results, or accomplish or achieve so and so numbers, or deliver so many number of outputs, realize so much of XX amount of sales value, so kind of, right? So a good key results shall start with any of these words. This list is not exhaustive, but these are all some widely used words the key result statement starts with. Now let's see some of the key result examples. As you can see, the statement looks like realize 500 registered users in VMSA web activity by 31st Jan. Is it good or bad? So let's validate now. How can we validate? We all know that the key results have certain characteristics. What are those characteristics? Quantifiable, achievable, it should be verifiable, it should be difficult but it shouldn't be an impossible one, and shouldn't be an initiative one, right? So now let's validate. What is this 500? In the key results, the 500 number denotes the quantifiable value, right? Registered users in VMSA web activity. It is a key result area. What are we exactly measuring? The 500 is what? So what exactly we are trying to measure, right? In the student example that we saw in the previous slide, some marks is a key result area, right? And how many marks you are setting in to qualify a candidate's credentials successfully is what the KPI, right? So the quantifiable value, right? A metric, I would say, as a metric, right? In KPI, a metric and key result area will be there. So the key result is also same as a combination of key result area plus a metric. So by when we are going to accomplish this key result is what? It denotes by so and so date this key results, this numbers to be accomplished, right? Otherwise what happens? The realize 500, even it can take month or quarter or a year, right? It's an open ended. So we need to tie this with the objective intent, right? If my objective, if I am focusing on next 3 months, then this key result should be done in the first month end, right? So the statement also should qualify that it should be an achievable one, right? And obviously it should be a verifiable one. What is verifiable? Because I need to verify whether I am doing 500 or 300 or 200. If I am not able to verify certain things, then it is not a key result. It should be difficult, but it shouldn't be too lenient. It should be a stretch, as like we saw in the previous slide. It should be a stretch numbers, right? Definitely it shouldn't be an initiative. Initiative what? We all know that, initiatives are projects or programs which will help you, or an assignment which will help you to accomplish this key result, right? How are you going to accomplish 500 numbers? You do a lot of things, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will help you to accomplish this 500. So those things are initiative. We cannot write the initiatives here. Then we don't have a measurement, we don't have a key result there. We cannot replace the key result with an initiative. Initiatives are supporting accomplishment of key results, but key results are the way in which you ensure objective success. So this qualifies 100% as a key result, because a statement need to be qualified as a good key result. All these characteristics must be fulfilled. Now let's say another example. Achieve all critical problem tickets closure within 4 hours by so and so date. All critical problem tickets, right? Maybe 100% here. The meaning is 100%, everything, right? And over and above there is an additional cap of within 4 hours. So it's a combination metric here. 100% within 4 hours, right? It's a combination. It's a different type of metric, right? Closure of problem tickets is what the key result area here. That should be closed so and so. So the key result area is problem ticket closure. 100% of the critical problems within 4 hours closure is what your metric. Both combined put together becomes a key result, right? Now let's see. 100% quantifiable. 4 hours is quantifiable. Is it achievable? Verifiable. Can we verify how many tickets we closed? Everything we closed in 4 hours or not? Can we verify? Yes, right? Is it difficult? Maybe, but definitely it's not impossible, right? Definitely it's not an initiative, right? It's a measure, right? Even if you want to accomplish all the tickets to be closed in 4 hours, you need to do a lot of efforts. You need to do a lot of initiative. You need to do a lot of improvements, right? You need to do a lot of things to bring this, to close the tickets within 4 hours. You need to do a lot of things outside this, right? Those are all your projects and programs. So if you replace this with that, then we are missing the point of measurement, right? So measurements are clear. Keep the things clear. Measurements are clear and your initiatives are clear. What you are going to do, right? So definitely this confirms a key result, a good key result. Build and release the RACI workflow and SOP. Is it a key result? Most of you say no straight away by looking 1 and 2, right? Let's see why. There is no number in it. Build and release, where is that number? It's not quantifiable. Is it achievable? Yes. Might be achievable. Yeah, you may be able to release the workflows and RACI. Might be achievable. Verifiable? No. What do you verify here? What is the end result you verify? Build and release is just an activity. It's just completion. You cannot verify because you don't know what results it is going to give you. Can you verify the results? Because you didn't even quantify the result. Then what are you going to measure? What are you going to verify? Even you verify what you compare here, right? So it's not a verifiable. Difficult, but not impossible, right? What we say, it should be difficult, but at the same time it shouldn't be an impossible one, it should be a possible one. But here, is it a difficult? Just build and release is a difficult one. It's not at all a difficult one, right? It's not a stretch one, I mean to say. Should not be an initiative, but it is an initiative. Build and release the RACI workflow and SOP to achieve something, because this will deliver some results. This will yield some outcome, right? That outcome is what the key results that is missing here. So this is a clear-cut example of an initiative. We cannot put that into the key result. We need to have a clear difference between what is KR and what is an initiative. That is the reason we put together here the difference for you to understand better. So it is not a good KR. First of all, it is not a KR. So it doesn't qualify as a good or bad. So it straight away goes away from the list. The next one, map and sign off the requirements for product development management console or product development, some PDMC. Okay, let's say some example, some console, right? We are doing some facelift. So map and sign off. Is it quantifiable? No. Is it achievable?
Definitely possible, yes. Again, as I said earlier, what is verifiable? Nothing to verify. We can verify maps and sign off as done, yes. But what for? What end result it is going to be? Can we verify the end result here? No. Difficult but not impossible. This is not at all a difficult one. Should not be an initiative, but it is an initiative. So, this doesn't confirm as a key result at all. So this way, this slide definitely, I'm sure it will give a better clarity for you. What is KR? What is initiative? Why we should not mix together? Okay, how it looks different. Even though you know what is initiatives, all those things, but now you have a clarity in one view that you know how it looks different. For a good KR, we must have all these characters qualified to them. Unless otherwise, we cannot say that as a good key result. Hope you have a better understanding now to write a good key result, which is going to help you to accomplish your objective in a much better way. A good key results will solve 50% of your accomplishment of your objective, because it sets a clear direction, clarity what you need to measure. As long as you hit this key results, it's clear that you are hitting your objective. Thank you for listening.